Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, as you can see from the title, this is my Thanksgiving holiday glam. This is typically what I like to do. It's a little bit of gold, it's a little bit of red, there's a very light pop of green. It's not exactly screaming Christmas, but it's definitely saying, hey, guess what? The holidays are coming. So if that's something you're into, make sure to keep on watching, and please don't forget to subscribe because I do upload twice a week. That is the best way to stay up to date on all the fun stuff I'm posting. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. So keeping along with the trend from my last video, I am going to be going through some products that I either haven't used in a while or I am recently rediscovering. So to prime, I'm going to be going in with my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base, which I used to swear by, and then for some reason I just stopped using it, and it's beautiful and delicious and magic. For foundation, I'm going to be going in with the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define in F7. I did a whole dedicated video to this foundation, and spoiler alert, I really liked it. And right here you can kind of see why I love the Bobbi Brown primer. This is a long wear matte foundation, but you see how the skin just has a really healthy dew to it? I'm going to still powder it, and it is still drying down a little bit, but it definitely adds a little bit of that supernatural dew to the skin, which normally for oily skin I don't recommend, but lately I've actually been liking it, so. And this is the Urban Decay All Nighter Concealer, which I recently rediscovered thanks to Brandon in that last video I was talking about earlier. I don't know why I stopped using it, but a lot of times we just get so fixated on what's new. So in upcoming videos, yes, there will be new products and you will always see me playing around with new things, but I will definitely be making a more mindful attempt at grabbing towards those products that I maybe only used a couple times, or maybe I featured it once and you never saw it again, and I may use it off camera. So, Samantha Ravndal really changed the game when she kind of called us all out on it. And was like, hey, why are we using the same things over and over and only looking at what's new? So we're going to be changing that. Now this is just a little bit of Cody Airspun powder. I'm just going to powder the face, and I'm going to prime my eyelids, and I'll be right back. Okay, so the eyes are primed, the brows are done, and for today I'm going to be jumping back into the Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette, which I think I've used 3 times, once on my channel and then twice otherwise. So we will be using this today just to continue to get use out of things we don't use. I'm going to start by taking Parallel right here and just dusting that in the entire transition area. Then I'm going to take a tiny bit of Lure, the mauve shade, and I'm just going to blend that above that first shade. Then taking a bit more of Parallel, I'm just going to build that into the outer portion of the eye. Then dipping into Pyramid, the gold shade, which for me absolutely is the holiday season. I love gold looks. I'm just going to press that onto the lid. I always do that. I say I'm going to go in, and then I use a brush, and I never get the pigmentation I want. But I always try it with a brush first. I don't know why. Now to amp this up a little bit and make it a little more holiday, I'm going to grab a little bit of my Urban Decay Heavy Metal Liner in Midnight Cowboy and take a tiny bit of gold glitter onto the inner portion of the lid. I love how a little glitter just changes up the whole look. So for the lower lash line, I'm going to start again with that Parallel shade, and I'm going to take that very close to the lash line, but concentrating it predominantly on the outer portion of the eye. Then, again, just like on top, taking a little bit of Lure, I'm just going to blend that out. Now for me, nothing says holiday more than green and gold, especially Thanksgiving, so I'm going to be taking Throne, which is a metallic green, and I'm actually going to run that right in the waterline. So for the inner corner, I'm going to take Lucid right here, which actually does have a yellow-green shift to it. And I'm just going to highlight the inner corners. So I'm not loving the inner corner, but when I do highlight the face, I will modify that a bit. For bronzer, we're going to go into the Marc Jacobs Tan-Tastic, like I always do. To contour, I'm going to take my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, again, as always. And I'm going to take that same shade to contour the nose. For blush, I'm going to be going into the NARS Orgasm blush. I just love how pinky this is, and I love the sheen that it adds to the skin. And to highlight the skin, we're going to be taking two old favorites of mine. The first is the Anastasia Beverly Hills and Amrezy highlighter, which is coming back very soon. I am going to actually take that same highlighter and just throw that on the inner corner as well, because it is a little less blinding than I want it to be. And to amp up the face a tiny bit more, I'm going to go into the Wet n Wild Goth Collection Loose Highlighter. This is in the shade Moon Tears. And I'm going to take, like, I'm not even going into the product, I'm going into the lid, taking a tiny bit, and just amping up the glow a little more. And the last thing, just going over that with my powder brush, we're just going to kind of blend out the highlight a little bit, because I don't like it to be just here. I kind of want it to kind of fade into the cheek a little bit more. Then a little bit of my Lancome Fix It Forget It setting spray. So I'm just going to throw on mascara and lashes really quickly, and I'll be right back. So I just threw on my Cocoa Lashes in the style Risque, and I totally didn't realize that I was no longer recording, but I did throw on the Givenchy Rouge Lipstick. This is in the shade Grenat Nocturne. I like it because it's like a little bit darker than Unicorn Blood with a little bit less like purple. So sometimes I like to wear different lips and it's not always the same ones. But anyway, that is the finished look. So I hope you enjoyed. This is what I will most likely be wearing on Thanksgiving Day. It is a little gold, a little green, a little red. We are ushering in the holiday season. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and let me know down below what is your go-to holiday makeup routine. Thanks again for watching and I will see you next time. Bye!